In this exhibit, students were given a case study involving a polluted lake and are charged with the responsibility of determining what factors lead to lower dissolved oxygen levels in that lake. Students are guided with a laboratory experiment where they test the dissolved oxygen content of 3 different water samples. Students began their work by placing grass in a container of water and sealing the sample for 5 days to simulate runoff water. The first thing you need to do is you need to read through this, answer the questions, and then on the back side of this sheet, there's one more question that you answer as a group, and then you come up with a short plan as if you were shooting a video to show your responses to the question. The second thing you need to do is you need to prepare your sample of runoff water. I want you to put your hands at your side and kind of clump together like you are a watermelon. Come right in the middle here and kind of clump into a circle like you're... In this activity, students participated in a model that targeted their misconceptions and showed that dissolved oxygen is separate from the oxygen found in a molecule of water. Balloons represent dissolved oxygen. Now, notice from the balloon, I did not take a piece of John and a piece of Henry to make this balloon. I have the balloon completely separate. The dissolved oxygen is not coming from the water, but the dissolved oxygen can fit between the water molecules. Hold it. There you go. So I can fit an oxygen molecule over here. I can fit an oxygen molecule over here. More quickly. So I want you guys to just move just a little bit and notice what happens to the move a little more. What happens to the oxygen when they start moving? Nope, let it fall.
Can't use your hand.
What we're going to do today is try and figure out if that oxygen gets pulled away, if the dissolved oxygen level goes lower from certain types of pollution.
It smells like poo.
Yeah, it really does.
Should write that down as an observation.
It smells like poo.
Smells like poo.
Smells like poo.
What do you think it is that makes it smell like poo?
I'm not really sure. I mean,
Grass.
Does grass smell like poo? Only when dogs poo in it.
yeah, I mean,
What makes grass smell like that?
probably the time, like the effect of the time we left it in there.
Do you think it has to do with decomposing? Did it smell like that when you put it in there?
No, that's, yeah, so I think the time did it.
Yeah.
What kind of guesses do you have about what makes that smell so bad?
I think like bacteria and stuff is starting to grow on it.
So you didn't sterilize the grass before you put it in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, because the grass wasn't really clean beforehand, afterwards it's getting dirtier, I feel like. I can't really explain it.
Right. So when it becomes dirtier and smells worse, what do you think is going on? Is dirt getting on there or something else going on?
More bacteria?
Yeah, bacteria.
What is bacteria doing to this water and doing to the grass?
Breaking it down?
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Students used the Pasco dissolved oxygen probe to measure the dissolved oxygen content in their water samples. Students were informed that fish require a dissolved oxygen level of 2.0 milligrams per liter and were asked to determine which water samples would indicate pollution in the lake.
All right, explain to me why sulfite has the least dissolved oxygen.
Because the chemicals in the sulfite most likely they most likely use up the dissolved oxygen for other reasons, such as chemical bonds and other things that would not be found in the tap water.
Something absorbed the oxygen.
Something did.
The only thing that could have been was the grass.
For their final authentic assessment, students wrote a letter back to an environmental agency using their data to describe which factors were shown to lower the dissolved oxygen levels in the lake. They also provided recommendations to make the lake safer for the fish.